Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing really well. Today I'm going to be talking about the hairbrushes that are in my collection and kind of rating them worst to best, because I have a lot of hairbrushes, some way better than others, and it's obviously something I use so much in the background but don't really talk that much about, other than probably just my favourites. So I want to just sit down, talk you through the ones that I have and what ones I would recommend. If you're new here, my name is Amy. I do tons of hair care videos. I would love to have your support. If you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, it helps me out so much. I think when I looked at my analytics, like 96% of people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, which is a mad number. So if you are a frequent watcher but haven't yet subscribed, that support makes such a big difference to my channel, helps me reach new people, and yeah, just shows me that you're interested in this style of video. So with that said and done, let's dive straight into this video and start rating these hairbrushes. Apologies if there is actually hair in some of these. These are very well loved products and I could have sat here and like cleaned them all, but also I just wanted to show you how much I love them. So yeah, the first one I'm starting with is this one here. So this is a Tangle Teaser-esque kind of brush. This is from the brand Lily England. I did partner with them to do a video on one of their hair colours, and they sent this across to also brush my hair with and style within that video. And as I've used this more and more frequently, I just find the bristles of this to be really hard. These are very kind of plasticky bristles and slightly just too abrasive on my hair type. My hair can be quite fragile. Obviously when it's wet you want to be very, very careful, but typically my hair can be quite fragile and prone to breakage when brushing, and so I need something that has those things in mind and is a little bit more gentle. So for me, this is just too abrasive. The bristles are just too hard. There's not much movability. Obviously I'm putting a lot of force there, but you obviously don't want to do that when you're brushing your hair. So typically there's just not much movement, and it's just one I don't particularly reach for nor enjoy using much. Looks pretty, don't get me wrong. The rose gold is very, very nice, and yeah, other than that, it's just not like practical for me. I have used a Tangle Teaser in the past. There's not actually one in this collection because I think I must have thrown it away because it was really, really old. However, I do quite like a Tangle Teaser. They are good products, and I think that I've never tried a dupe product for them. I think if you're looking for a Tangle Teaser-esque product, your money is just best spent on the actual product because you won't be let down. They do tons of different variations of the brushes, but for me, one like this, I think it's more, they're like wet brush styler or something like that, where it's got a handle. It's better to just buy the named brand. This one here, just too tough for me. So I don't use this, and I wouldn't really recommend it from this brand specifically, or just generally any other Tangle Teaser-esque dupes. So next up, it might surprise you, I've done a dedicated video on this brush and the other one from this brand. It's this Dyson paddle brush. So this is my like second worst product. I don't tend to reach for it. There's so many reasons why I wanted to love this product. The design, the hold, it feels very premium. I mean, it should be. This was £25. This and the other Dyson hairbrush that I've purchased, which is much better for me and my hair type, were very expensive products, and I would never normally spend that much money on a hairbrush. I just got very excited when I got the Dyson hairdryer and wanted all of the like attachments and wanted to make the experience of using it as good as possible. I had very high hopes for this. I saw so many amazing reviews and loved the look of it. It was obviously went with the hairdryer. It looked really nice. It feels gorgeous. This is slightly weighted, and so the process of actually brushing your hair feels nice. This just doesn't work for me. It's just, the bristles themselves are, again, slightly too harsh. There's slightly more movability compared to the last brush I spoke about, and I have used this a handful of times, but when I have all hair brushes in front of me, I will never ever reach for this. The things I like about this is that the surface area of the brush is quite large. It's probably the largest one out of all the brushes I'm talking about today, so that's great. Again, the design of it feels very premium. It's a nice experience, but the actual brushing process, like, it just gets stuck all the time, and it's not particularly durable. It's not nice to brush my hair with. I don't really enjoy it, and even from a first impressions point of view, I was slightly let down by this product, and I'm still let down. I don't reach for it. It was very, very expensive, and I'm going to recommend some other alternatives which are so much cheaper. No other hairbrush have I spent this amount of money on, and nor should I have. But if you can actually go to a Dyson store and see it, that's what I would recommend to do, because obviously to look at online and like seeing all the reviews, everything was really positive, but for me this just isn't one that I enjoy. Brushing my hair with it isn't particularly nice. It's again slightly too just harsh on my hair, and I need something that's got a little bit more flexibility, a little bit more movement, so it's not pulling my hair out as I'm brushing, it's just really working with me to detangle without breakage. So for that reason, I really wouldn't recommend this product. You can get so many other brushes, and I'm going to share one that's so incredibly affordable where I would just totally skip this. If you are in two minds and thinking, oh, I would treat myself, there's better hairbrushes to buy on the market, 1000%. And despite the aesthetics of it, beyond that, practicality, it's just not my fave. So unfortunately, this is a bit of a hard pass. Gutted, it makes my heart hurt because, as I mentioned, it wasn't the cheapest, but I'm gonna be real with you guys, and yeah, just not recommend this one, unfortunately. Yeah, I think like just this bit, I don't know, just feels really cheap to me. The rest of it feels good. The actual brush, yeah, not a fan. I guess one extreme to the other, my next favorite brush to kind of use, and you'll be able to tell this is very, very well loved. So much hair within this. Again, the build of this just feels better, and I've hidden the brand from it because it's from Primark. It's their PS line. This was £1. That was 25. This here, no, we don't want to remortgage our houses. What we want to do is find something that's affordable and works really well. This for me is everything that the Dyson isn't. This is just much better build. Again, slightly more flexibility actually with the bristles, which is good. Very comparable, feels better made. Obviously the design and like generally it's lighter, it's not as premium in terms of holding it, but hairbrush, the primary function is to brush your hair. And this here, again, just feels a lot smoother when brushing. It feels much nicer on my hair. And I would just say, especially if you have damaged hair that is really prone to split ends, using something like the Dyson one is just not going to be your friend. This here works so well, and honestly, even if I lost every other hairbrush in my collection and only had £1 to spend on a hairbrush, I'd be so pleased to use this forever. It's really nice. Again, I think the black colour is quite simplistic. It's nice looking. Again, no frills, but works well. And yeah, I just think the way the bristles look are just really nice. There is slight movability, and it's just a really nice experience. It's one of those that sometimes overcomplicating a product is just not necessary. Some of the rest of the products I'm going to be talking about are slightly more expensive, but if you're looking for a really, really affordable recommendation, get yourself to Primark and look for this square shaped brush because it's so good. I honestly really rate it, and this is also a great one that I typically throw in my bag when I travel and stuff, because if I lose it, I know it's really easily replaceable. But yeah, a really, really good one, and I was really surprised because it shouldn't have been this good, but I love that. I love it when really affordable products work. On my channel generally, I love talking about really affordable products as well, and so this is a real testament to that I really love this. Next up is the next Dyson brush. So again, as the two are slightly different, but they were the same price. This is obviously a barrel brush, and this is just for me the best brush to use when it comes to my bangs and stuff. I don't always style my bangs, and I should, and I know that's really lazy of me, but when I do, this is just the best one to get really in the root and give that lift and just kind of get the desired shape. This has all of the things that the other one had in terms of the design. It feels slightly weighted at the bottom. This cork here means that that doesn't get hot when you're using it really close to a hairdryer. It's a vented brush, so again, the bristles don't get too hot. It's a really soft brush to just get that movability. And generally here, it's really, really easy to move around. And so I love the way that this feels. It just feels great. It's a really great kind of barrel brush. If you are looking on the Dyson website for brushes to like help style your hair and you use round brushes often, this is much better. Again, kind of value for money. I use this every day that I style my hair and style my bangs, and yeah, it's a really, really good one. I think that the design of this is really nice. Again, very aesthetic, goes with the hairdryer and everything. is quite a lot for £25, and you could probably get a product that is very similar on the market. But for me, because I use this all the time, and the bristles themselves, you know, they're not gonna like fall out. The design of this is really, really good, that I am like happy to spend that money on a product that works well. And so for this reason, I really like this. And if you're debating picking this one up, you'll be much more pleased with this compared to the paddle brush. And like even the paddle brush, using that to like dry your hair and straighten at the same time, doesn't work because it's not vented. It's not that great of a product. There are products from the wet brush, for example, which have like vented ones for use with hair dryers, and I'd say that's a much better product. But for me, when it comes to kind of bangs and stuff, this for me is a really good one. So I wanted to shout this out because it's such a different experience across two brushes, and this one is just so much better. So next up is a product from Beauty Works, and this is the Beauty Works X Molly May hairbrush. So the reason I wanted to kind of shout this out as the second best hairbrush that I have in my collection is for kind of just so many different reasons. First of all, this is the softest hairbrush. So the bristles of this, they are kind of tiered. So the shorter bristles, they're slightly more, I guess, like coarser, but there's more of them, so they're slightly more packed. And then you've got longer bristles here, which really help to detangle your hair and are so flexible. This is the softest hairbrush that I have, and again, the comparison between the Dyson one and this one, this never ever tugs on my hair. It feels so incredibly soft, and no matter if my hair is wet or dry, it's really, really easy to brush through. So for that reason, I love it. This is also a fantastic hairbrush if you've curled your hair and want to just lightly brush them out without brushing them completely out. This is great because it's so soft. You can really just control how easily you're brushing it, so you've got that more blowout look, but it's really helping to just diffuse them a little bit and you're not left with like spiral curls. That, I love it. And then the other reason why this hairbrush is just one of the favorites just within the household generally is that my 4-year-old lets me brush her hair with this. And if you have young children and know the pain it is of trying to get them to brush their hair, we used to have like kids versions of Tangle Teasers and things like that that she just never liked because the bristles on the brushes were just too harsh and they would hurt her. And she's got slightly curly hair. Kids will get all sorts in their hair, won't they? So it's never just a case of brushing through. There might be like knots and tangles and things that you want to be really careful with. For all the reasons I'm careful with my hair, I don't want her hair to cause breakage and things. And this for me is the best hairbrush to brush her hair. And she won't let me use anything else. We always have to find this brush. So this actually belongs in her, well, we've got a change bag, but this is the one that we absolutely just love. This is the one that we use on her hair like every day. And if I've curled my hair, I'll just borrow it to brush them out. But this is such a good brush if you have children that want a softer hair experience. But yeah, I love this for so many reasons. It's so flexible, but you've also got that like stability in the bristles that are slightly lower. This is so well built and it just looks really nice. Slightly plasticky. It's a very, very lightweight hairbrush, but because it's Beauty Works and you know, it looks really nice. It goes really well with their hair curlers when you're brushing out their curls, but generally a very soft hairbrush. If you have dry or damaged hair that is prone to breakage, again, something like this is great because it's not too harsh, and it's better to spend slightly longer brushing your hair out with something like this than something that's harsher that you're trying to do really quickly and just breaks your hair off. There's never ever much hair left on this because it's so gentle. It just doesn't pull your hair out in the same way. So I love this one for that reason. I got this from ASOS and it wasn't too expensive. It was slightly more, obviously, compared to like the Primark brush. Definitely more affordable than the Dyson one. And yeah, one I would really recommend if you're looking for a really soft hairbrush. And then finally, I wanted to show you my favorite hairbrushes. If you watch my videos all the time, then this is probably comes as no surprise. I've actually repurchased one because this was my old wet brush and she's been here for a very, very long time. It's that rose gold glitter, and I'm not actually exaggerating when I say I've used this for probably a couple of years, and you should replace your hairbrush a little bit more often than that. You should clean them often as well. And so I repurchased this one, and so I got this in all black because typically I find that just all black looks a little bit nicer. I've kind of grown out of this like rose gold phase and I just prefer everything looking a little bit more sleek and stylish. And this is a really nice kind of like matte color as well, so it's like easy to grip. Great. So why do I love these so much? And so much so that I've repurchased one. I'm going to get rid of this one because it is just like too old now. The reason is that these bristles so much movability. They are so flexible. Again, similar reasons for the Beauty Works one. This is a softer hair experience. When I'm brushing my hair, it's not too harsh. You can use these on wet hair too, hence the name Wet Brush. I still am quite cautious when I do that because I don't want my hair to, like, it's obviously more fragile when it's wet. But again, really, really easy to use it when you're brushing it out and you just want to make sure there's no knots and tangles. It's a really nice experience. And again, this never pulls my hair, never hurts my hair. And I just love it so much. So yeah, for that reason, I think that your money is best spent on a wet brush. I've tried so many hairbrushes in my time, many featured in this video, others not, and I've always come back to these products. I actually bought this one newer quite recently. I got this from the website Just My Look and I paid £11.90 for this hairbrush, so less than half the price of the Dyson one, and I would really, really recommend this if you're looking for just a really versatile product that you can brush your hair when wet, you can brush it when dry. It's super soft, it's super flexible, it's still got good hold. I think even if you've got thick hair, this is going to really get into your hair and let you really brush it. I think this would also work if you're hair drying it and you're straightening it with a hairbrush at the same time. Really, really easy to use. I love this so much. I think that the design of them is really great. Again, I've kind of touched on the fact you can get different versions of wet brushes, vented ones. You can get ones that are like square in nature. You can get bigger ones, but I really like this style. I think it's simplistic. It works, and so again, if it's not broken, you don't need to fix it. And so for that reason, I think if you're looking for a hairbrush recommendation and you just don't know where to start, the market is so oversaturated with hairbrushes, it can be quite overwhelming. But I would say skip all the rest and get yourself a wet brush because you will not be disappointed. They are so fantastic, really affordable, and last forever. As mentioned, I've had this one for years, but it's time for her to say goodbye and for us to enjoy this one. So yeah, that is my hairbrush collection from worst to best. Let me know what hairbrushes you use, what ones do you recommend as well. I love getting your recommendations, it means so much. And with that said and done, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.